chosen one. This is your moment. Everything you have been waiting for, everything you have been praying for, everything that has felt just out of reach is now at your doorstep. This is not a coincidence. You were led here because your season is shifting. The waiting is over. The breakthrough is near. This is the final night before everything changes, and you must be ready. For too long, you have felt stuck. For too long, you have battled the same struggles. For too long, you have wondered when your time would come. But hear me clearly. Your time is now. This is your final preparation. This is the last moment before the new beginning, the last night, before the morning of victory. You will not enter the next season as the same person you were before. The version of you that doubted, the version of you that hesitated, the version of you that carried the weight of past failures, that version is gone. Because you are stepping into your divine power, Psalm 30:5 says, "Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning." That morning is coming for you. Everything that has been held back is being released. Every door that was locked is being opened. Every obstacle that tried to stop you is being removed. But you must walk boldly into it. You cannot hesitate. You cannot shrink back. You cannot allow fear to keep you where you no longer belong. There is no more waiting. There is no more asking for permission. There is no more questioning whether or not you are ready. You are ready. God has been preparing you, shaping you, refining you through every trial, through every hardship, through every silent season. When it felt like nothing was moving, He was working. When it felt like you were forgotten, He was watching. When it seemed like things were against you, He was aligning everything for your good. But now you must declare it. You must step into it with full faith, without doubt, without hesitation. You must prepare yourself to receive what is already yours. Because the shift is happening right now, in real time, and nothing can stop it. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. No delay can hold you back. No attack can break you. You have been chosen for this moment, and it is here. This night is holy. This night is sacred. When the sun rises, you will not be the same. The world will not recognize you because you will have stepped into a new level of power, a new level of confidence, a new level of divine favor. The light that was hidden is about to shine in a way that no one can ignore. Even those who doubted you, even those who rejected you, even those who tried to block, you will have no choice but to see what God is doing in your life. The pain was necessary. The struggle was necessary. The waiting was necessary because it was shaping you for the weight of your destiny. But now the season of struggle is over and the season of overflow has begun. What is coming next will not just restore you, it will elevate you. You will not just receive what was lost, you will receive more than you ever imagined. Because God does not just restore, He multiplies. Declare it now. Drop a comment and say, "I receive my victory in Jesus' name." If you know that this word is for you, if you know that this is your time, if you are ready to step into the greatest chapter of your life, then make it known. Heaven is watching. Faith moves mountains. Faith unlocks doors. Faith is what separates those who wish from those who walk in the promise. Do not stay silent. Do not let this moment pass without making a declaration. Write it. Speak it. Believe it. Subscribe now, because what is coming next will require you to be fully aligned, fully prepared, fully in position. You cannot afford to miss a single message. This is your confirmation. Your time has come. Your destiny is unfolding, and nothing will ever be the same again. The final night before transformation is here. Everything that has been set in motion is about to unfold. The waiting, the preparation, the hidden seasons, the long nights of wondering if things would ever change, all of it has led to this moment. You are stepping into something greater, something beyond what you have imagined, something that will redefine everything you thought was possible. But before that happens, you must understand what this transition truly means. You are not just stepping into a new chapter. You are stepping into a new identity. The way you have seen yourself in the past is no longer relevant. The limitations you once accepted are no longer part of your story. The battles that once drained you have already been won. The mindset that kept you in cycles of waiting and hesitation has been broken. You are no longer in the wilderness. You are walking into the promise, but with this shift comes responsibility. Too many people miss their moment because they are unprepared for the weight of what they have prayed for. They ask for elevation, but are not ready to handle the responsibility that comes with it. They desire breakthroughs, but are still holding on to the things that were meant to be left behind. They long for new beginnings, but resist letting go of the past. You cannot carry old habits into a new season. You cannot bring fear into a place of faith. You cannot step into divine abundance while clinging to a scarcity mindset. Everything that has been slowing you down must be released. This is not a time for compromise. This is not a time for second guessing. This is the moment when you fully commit to the calling on your life. No turning back. If you have felt pressure lately, if you have been sensing a shift but could not explain it, if you have noticed things falling apart while other things are suddenly aligning, this is why. The breaking had to happen before the breakthrough. The shaking had to take place before the rising. The discomfort had to push you out of old patterns so that you would no longer settle for anything less than what God has prepared for you. What is coming next requires a new level of discipline, a new level of focus, a new level of clarity. You cannot afford to be distracted. You cannot afford to entertain anything that is not aligned with your purpose. You cannot afford to go back to the mindset that kept you small. The next phase of your life is too important. The assignment is too great. The destiny that has been written for you requires you to step up in ways you never have before. Look around at everything that has been happening. The situations that seemed to be against you were really working for you. The doors that closed were never meant for you. The people who walked away were not meant to continue the journey with you. The delays that frustrated you are actually divine protection. Nothing has been wasted. Every tear, every moment of confusion, every setback, it has all been working together to shape you into the person you need to be for what is coming next. God does not waste anything. He does not make mistakes. If something was removed from your life, it was not a loss. It was alignment. If something did not go as planned, it was not a failure. It was redirection. If you had to walk alone for a season, it was not abandonment. It was preparation. You are being positioned for something greater than what you can currently see. The reason you feel different is because you are different. The reason your old ways no longer feel right is because you have outgrown them. The reason you cannot go back to who you used to be is because that version of you no longer exists. You have stepped into transformation. There is no going back. Your spirit has already recognized the shift. That is why you feel restless. That is why you cannot settle for the things that once satisfied you. That is why you crave something more, something real, something lasting. Because you are never meant to stay where you were. You were meant to rise. You were meant to walk in purpose. You were meant to be the evidence of God's power on this earth. Every challenge, every lesson, every hardship, it was all leading to this. Do not doubt what you are feeling. Do not question the signs that have been showing up. Do not ignore the inner knowing that something massive is about to take place. Your spirit is not lying to you. You are standing at the edge of something powerful, something life-changing, something undeniable. This is where most people hesitate. This is where fear tries to creep in. This is where doubt begins to whisper that maybe it is too soon. Maybe you're not ready. Maybe you should wait a little longer. But that is a lie. The enemy would not be fighting you so hard if he did not know what was coming. The distractions, the attacks, the sudden obstacles, they are not signs that you are off track. They are proof that you are exactly where you need to be. Stay firm in what you know. Stand confident in what you believe. Do not let temporary setbacks shake you. Do not let minor delays discourage you. Do not let the pressure make you question yourself. The pressure is not here to break you. It is here to birth something new. This is the season where you step forward without hesitation. This is the moment where you claim what is already yours. This is the point of no return. You're leaving behind old patterns, old fears, old limitations. You are stepping into alignment, into abundance, into a level of favor that will change everything. Your life is about to be unrecognizable. The version of you that struggled to believe is gone. The version of you that second-guessed every move has disappeared. The version of you that settled for less than what you deserved has been left behind. You have entered a new era, an era where everything aligns, where everything shifts in your favor, where everything you have prayed for starts to manifest. This is not just another moment. This is not just another transition. This is the final step before you walk into the life that was always meant for you. The preparation is complete. The lessons have been learned. The obstacles have been cleared. Now, all that is left to do is step forward. The doors will not open until you move. The breakthrough will not come until you decide that you are ready. The shift will not happen until you align your actions with your faith. This is the moment of decision. Will you step into what has already been prepared for you, or will you let fear convince you to wait just a little longer? You already know the answer. There is nothing left to wait for. There is nothing left to question. There is nothing holding you back anymore. The only thing left to do is walk forward, fully confident, fully prepared, fully aware that you were made for this. The next phase of your life is calling, and it is time to answer. The moment is here. There is no more waiting, no more questioning, no more wondering if this is real. You can feel it. Something in your spirit is telling you that everything is shifting. The old version of you is gone. The cycle of delay has been broken. The limitations that once held you back have been removed. You are stepping into something greater than you have ever imagined, and there is no turning back. For so long, you carried weight that was never yours to bear. You held on to fear, onto doubt, onto memories of failure that whispered lies into your mind. You questioned if you were truly chosen. You wondered if God had forgotten you. You asked if you had missed your moment. But those thoughts were never from Him. Those were the distractions of an enemy who knew exactly how powerful you are. The enemy saw your potential before you did. That is why he fought you so hard. That is why you experienced so much resistance. That is why every time you got close to your breakthrough, something tried to pull you back, but that battle is over. You have already won. The enemy's attacks failed. The obstacles that tried to block you only prepared you. The pain that was meant to break you only made you stronger. And now you stand in full authority, ready to claim what has been yours all along. Look around at everything you have overcome. The moments that once felt impossible. The seasons that tested your faith. The nights when you cried out, asking if things would ever change. They have changed. The shift has already happened. The transformation is complete. The only thing left to do is walk in it. There is something different about you now. The way you think, the way you move, the way you carry yourself. You no longer seek validation. You no longer wait for confirmation. You no longer ask for permission to step into your destiny. You know who you are. You know what you carry. You know that what is meant for you cannot be taken away. This is why things have been happening the way they have. Why doors that were once closed are now swinging open. Why opportunities are appearing that you never even prayed for. Why people are starting to see you in a different light. You have stepped into alignment. You have shifted into a higher realm. You are no longer operating from a place of struggle. You are walking in divine favor. Isaiah 62:1 says, "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you." That is what is happening to you right now. The light within you is undeniable. The power within you can no longer be ignored. Even those who doubted you, even those who counted you out, even those who tried to stop you, they will have no choice but to watch you rise. But this is only the beginning. What is coming next will shock you. The level of favor, the magnitude of the blessings, the speed at which everything is about to unfold, it will be greater than anything you have ever experienced. You will not have to force it. You will not have to chase it. You will not have to struggle for it. It will come effortlessly, naturally, divinely. Because it was always meant to happen this way, this is the difference between those who wait and those who walk in faith. Those who hesitate will always feel stuck. Those who question their worth will always find reasons to hold themselves back. But those who step forward, those who dare to believe, those who refuse to let fear dictate their destiny, they are the ones who experience the fullness of what God has for them. This is why you must be careful about who you allow to speak into your life. Not everyone will understand your transformation. Not everyone will support this next season. Some people were comfortable with you in your old mindset. They liked the version of you that was still figuring things out. They could handle you when you were uncertain, hesitant, unsure. But now you are different. Now you move with confidence. Now you operate in purpose. Now you are fully awake. Some people will not know how to handle this version of you, and that is okay. Do not shrink yourself to make them comfortable. Do not lower your light to make them feel secure. Do not apologize for stepping into your purpose. You are never meant to stay small. You are never meant to hide. You are never meant to live in fear of your own power. This is where many chosen ones hesitate. The fear of outgrowing people. The fear of stepping into unfamiliar territory. The fear of walking a path that others do not understand. But hear this, you cannot afford to stay where you were. The places that once felt comfortable are now too small for you. The relationships that once felt familiar no longer align with where you are going. The version of you that fit into those spaces no longer exists, and that is not something to be sad about. That is something to celebrate. Growth is not loss. Elevation is not abandonment. Rising is not rejection. You are not leaving people behind. You are stepping into what was always meant for you. Luke 9:62 says, "No one who puts a hand to the plow and looks back is fit for service in the kingdom of God." This means you cannot afford to look back. You cannot afford to second-guess yourself. You cannot afford to wonder if you should slow down for the sake of others. What is ahead of you is greater than anything you are leaving behind. You are entering a season where everything will align for you, where the blessings will not just come in small measures but in overflow, where what used to feel like a struggle will now come easily, where you will no longer feel the need to prove yourself, because your presence alone will be evidence of what God is doing. This is not a time to hesitate. This is not a time to doubt. This is a time to move with full confidence. The version of you that needed reassurance is gone. The version of you that waited for signs has disappeared. The version of you that lived in fear no longer exists. You are walking into a new dimension of favor, a new level of opportunities, a new way of living that is rooted in faith and certainty, in knowing that you were created for this moment. The waiting season is over. The time for action has begun. You are not just stepping into a new chapter. You are stepping into a new reality. Nothing can stop you now. Nothing can delay what is already in motion. Nothing can take away what God has declared over your life. Everything is happening exactly as it was meant to, and the only thing left to do is keep moving forward. Keep rising. Keep walking in power, because this is just the beginning. The best is yet to come. This is the final moment before everything changes. You can feel it. The shift has already begun. The old version of you has been left behind. The doubts, the fears, the moments of hesitation, they no longer have a place in your life. You are stepping fully into who you are always meant to be. There is no going back. For so long, you carried the weight of uncertainty. You questioned if you were ready. You wondered if you were truly chosen. You replayed past failures in your mind, allowing them to dictate how far you could go. But none of that matters anymore. That version of you no longer exists. The season of waiting has ended. The doors that were once closed are now wide open. The things you once struggled to achieve will now come to you effortlessly. The shift has been completed. Now, you must walk forward in full confidence. No more second guessing. No more waiting for the perfect moment. No more seeking validation from those who are never meant to understand your calling. The only confirmation you need is already within you. The fire that has been growing inside you, the unshakable knowing that you are made for something greater, the undeniable pull toward your purpose, all of it is proof that you are ready. You are no longer operating from a place of need. You are moving from a place of divine authority. You are no longer hoping things will change. You are stepping into the reality where everything is already shifting in your favor. There is no more begging, no more striving, no more forcing things to happen. The blessings are chasing you now. The opportunities are aligning effortlessly. The things you once prayed for are becoming your reality. Isaiah 41:10 says, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. You're not walking alone. Every step you take is already guided. Every decision you make is already divinely orchestrated. Every move you make is bringing you closer to the life you are always meant to live. This is why you had to go through everything you did. The delays were not denials. The setbacks were not failures. The isolation was not rejection. It was preparation. You had to be broken before you could be built. You had to be stripped of everything that was not meant for you before you could receive what was always yours. You had to walk alone for a season so that you could recognize who was truly meant to walk with you. And now, as you step into this next chapter, you must be willing to release everything that no longer aligns. Not everyone can go where you are going. Not every attachment can survive at this level. Some things, some habits, some relationships, they were only meant for a season. And if you try to hold on to what was never meant to stay, it will only slow you down. This is the part where many chosen ones hesitate. They fear letting go. They worry about disappointing people. They feel guilty for outgrowing the spaces they once felt comfortable in. But hear this clearly. You cannot step into your destiny while clinging to your past. You cannot carry dead weight into your new season. You cannot shrink yourself to make others feel comfortable. Luke 5:37-38 says, "And no one pours new wine into old wineskins. Otherwise, the new wine will burst the skins. The wine will run out, and the wineskins will be ruined. No, new wine must be poured into new wineskins. You are the new wineskin. You cannot fit into the old spaces, the old patterns, the old cycles. You have transformed. You have risen. You have stepped into a higher level, and everything in your life must reflect that. This is not a loss. It is a trade. You are trading limitation for expansion. You are trading fear for confidence. You are trading confusion for clarity. You are trading scarcity for abundance. You are trading small thinking for limitless potential. And what is coming next will make you realize that what you left behind was never meant for you in the first place. Everything is aligning now. The right people, the right doors, the right opportunities, all of it is falling into place. What once felt delayed will now feel like acceleration. What once felt like an uphill battle will now flow effortlessly. What once required so much energy to maintain will now come naturally. Because you are walking in divine alignment, the distractions will try to come. The enemy will attempt one last time to plant seeds of doubt. Old fears may try to resurface, but you must stand firm. You must remain unshaken. You must remind yourself that you have already won. The final test before the breakthrough is always the hardest. But this time, you are different. This time, you recognize the tricks of the enemy. This time, you know that nothing can stop what has already been declared over your life. Psalm 37:23-24 says, "The Lord makes firm the steps of the one who delights in him. Though he may stumble, he will not fall, for the Lord upholds him with his hand." That is your reality now. You will not fall. You will not fail. You will not be delayed. Every step is divinely guided. Every decision is already blessed. Every move you make is a step toward something greater. You do not have to force anything. You do not have to overthink anything. You do not have to chase anything. You only have to walk forward. The way will be made clear. The provision will come. The resources will appear. The opportunities will align. The promises will be fulfilled. What happens next will not just surprise you. It will shock everyone around you. The people who doubted you will not understand how everything is falling into place so effortlessly. The ones who counted you out will have no choice but to watch you rise. The ones who thought they could stop, you will realize that nothing can stand in the way of divine favor. This is not just another season. This is the season, the moment you have been waiting for, the confirmation that every tear, every battle, every struggle was worth it. You have stepped into the version of yourself that you are always meant to be. And now everything around you must adjust to match your new reality. The world will not recognize you. The places you once felt small in will now feel too small for you. The people who once had power over your emotions will no longer affect you. The situations that once made you anxious will no longer shake you. Because you are operating at a different level now, there is no more hesitation. No more looking back. No more questioning if you are ready. You are ready. You were prepared for this. You were chosen for this. You were created for this. Nothing can stop what is already in motion. Nothing can block what has already been set in place. Nothing can take what has already been declared over your life. This is your final step into destiny. Walk forward. Rise higher. Take hold of what is yours. The waiting is over. The promise is here. And from this moment forward, Nothing will ever be the same again.